Ms. Sullivan has a job to do. I believe she has a job description, and she made some recommendation. In my opinion, those recommendations cannot and must not be written in stone. These recommendations is for the people of Turks and Caicos, and it has to do with the constitution of these islands as something that we can't change every day. So I'm sure that she must have been aware that we were not going to accept all the recommendations.
As promised, constitutional and electoral advisor Kate Sullivan continued the scheduled town hall meetings for Salt Key on Friday, September 10th, and North Caicos last night, September 13th. While there was not a repeat of last Thursday night's document burning during the Providenciales town hall meeting, residents in North Caicos all the same rejected the recommendations made by Kate Sullivan and put forward recommendations of their own. News 4 spoke with North Caicos native Llewellyn Hanfield, who attended the meeting held at the Adelaide Omla Primary School in Bottle Creek, North Caicos.
Well, first, I was disappointed with the number of person that turned out, seeing we have Bottle Creek, Kew, Whitby, and Sandy Point. I thought more people would have turned out. We only had about 30 people turned out. But generally, when we begin, we set the stage and told Ms. Sullivan that we were here to have the meeting and have consultation. We were there to go through all the recommendations, all 48 of them. And don't be surprised that we are going to be rejecting some of the recommendations, but we will go through all of them. So that was the general mood, while some persons really didn't care to go through it. They really want to just forget the whole thing. But we was able to get people into that atmosphere of, this is for us, we're interested in this, and we're going to go through it.
Hanfield told News 4 that not all of Sullivan's recommendations were rejected, but those recommendations that dealt specifically with the deputy governor, residence, and belonger status, enlarging the franchise and the voting process were immediately shot down.
It don't even have no place in the Constitution, because with permanent resident and belonger status should be dealt with under the immigration ordinance. And to enshrine that in the Constitution, to me, would be weakening the Constitution, because the Constitution is something you can't change every day. So if for some reason or an elected government wants to change that, they have to go back and change the Constitution, which is, to me, an awkward process.
Hanfield added that after a not-so-attentive first round of meetings, he thought this time around Kate Sullivan paid attention and got their message loud and clear.
I think she was open, because the first round of meeting Mrs. Sullivan had, I take a keen note of there were nobody taking notes. There were maybe 50 people in the room. Everybody was talking. They said what they had to say and how they felt about the Constitution, which way we should go. And there were nobody taking notes. Ms. Sullivan alone and another person who, I don't know what his role is, Mr. Liebman, but he didn't take any notes or anything. This time around, she decided that she's going to take note. And I think she took a keen interest every time somebody spoke, and it was, repeated, that she write them down. Now, as to whether and where she's going to do with that, I don't know. But I think she took the message back from North Caicos that these people are strong, these people made their point, they are against these recommendations, and once you go back to wherever she got to go, she said, what I must do.
Now many are still concerned that these recent rejections will once again mean nothing. And while Hanfield agrees that that may be the case, he encouraged Turks and Caicos Islanders to continue to express their opinions.
Because of our British dependent status, per se, the British government may take the view that, regardless to what they say, we're going to put it in there. But I think I am saying to Turks Islanders, do not relax on this. Speak your mind. Say what you have to say in regards to the Constitution. let it go on record that when the consultant was here, this is what Turks and Caicos Islanders says. Because if we don't, we're going to go, Mrs. Sullivan is going to go back and say, I met with the people, and these were my recommendations. Nobody really rejected it.
For WIV4 News, I'm Jody Harvey.